today is Miss Zia Mays.
Well, as you know, my name is Zia Mays, but I less formally go by Corn. I am a row crop, and I'm a cereal in the grass family.
Without further ado, let's get you seated and introduce the soil behind door number 1.
My name is Typic Haploxeros. However, people like to call me the Tehama series. I'm also known as a fine silty mix thanks to my parent material mixed alluvium. I grew up in alluvial fans and terraces, and the annual precip where I live is around 25 inches. The weather is pretty average, unlike me, around 62 degrees Fahrenheit. I have wet winters and dry summers.
Thank you, Typic Haploxeros. Next, let's introduce that soil behind door number 2.
My name is Oltic Haploxeros, but I like to go by Churn. I'm considered a fine, loamy soil thanks to my alluvium parents. I grew up in low terraces and lots of oak trees.
Thank you, Churn. So, Corn, which soil is going to go home lucky tonight?
Well, I love a man who knows his roots and has a thermic temperature regime. I don't care for gravel under my roots, therefore, I choose the soil behind door 1.
Now it's time to introduce the second soil bachelorette looking for her soil match. Her name is Pseudonogeria spicata.
Well, as you just heard, my name is Pseudonogeria spicata. However, I prefer blue bunch wheatgrass because it's easier. I'm a native to the western United States. I'm considered a range grass and good feed for cattle.
Thank you, Ms. Blue Bunch. Are you ready to meet your first suitor?
My name is Typic Argistals, but I go by Turner for short. My parents are alluvium, but they are found over gravelly coarse sand. They raised me in the plains of central and eastern Montana near stream terraces.
Thank you, Typic Argistals. Next, let's introduce that soil behind door number 2.
My name is Torthentica plastals, but I like to go by Little Sheep Complex. I'm mostly made of sandy clay loam, and I'm really gravelly. I have moderately basic horizons, but don't be fooled, I'm a pretty great guy. I was raised on plains, hills, and some relic stream terraces.
My runoff is very low, which means you really get to sink in and get to know who I am.
Thank you, Little Sheep. So, Ms. Blue Bunch, who are you choosing to be your soil mate?
Well, I am a shallow-rooted plant, so I love a good sandy clay loam. I'm kind of a plain gal, so living off the land is a good one for me. So I'm going to choose the Little Sheep Complex.
This final round, we will be finding Glycine Max, her bachelor soil.
Well, as you know, my name is Glycine Max, but I like to go by soybean. I'm an edible legume, and that likes warm, fertile, sandy loam soil.
Okay, soybean, here is your first soil match.
My name is Malik Hapudovs, but I like to go by Angus. I grew up in central Iowa and Minnesota till prairies, on back slopes, shoulders, and summits on ground moraines. I'm a pretty neutral guy, but I can go one way or another on certain topics. My average precipitation is pretty low at mere 610 to 930 millimeters.
Thank you, Angus. Now let's see what soil is behind door number 2.
Hi there, my name is Aquik Glossudos, but I like to be called Withy. I'm a fine, loamy mixed soil. My parents are loess and silty alluvium. I am located on the flats of north central Wisconsin, and my slopes are at 0 to 6%. I have a lot of deciduous forests in my surrounding areas, and I am very strongly acidic soil. But don't worry, I won't argue with you all the time. Just when you mix me with that blue juice and that white stuff.
Thank you, Withy. So, soybean, who are you choosing to be your soil mate?
Well, I like a neutral molic soil. I'm okay with a low precipitation, but I don't like floodplains, and I'm not a fan of strongly acidic horizons. I think I'm gonna choose Molic Haplophodolphs.